Hello friend, this is Ryan Hicks of TalkToProfit.com. Today I want to talk to you about developing consistency in life and how important it is, but it must not be like this. You see, many people will say, well, I know I'm not very consistent, but they really are. They wake up every morning, they do the same things. They really have a very consistent pattern about their lives, except the problem is, the reason they're not getting the results they want is because their consistency is in mediocrity. They are consistently mediocre. They're consistently doing the things that mediocre people do. They're consistently doing those same failure patterns over and over again, and yet hoping for some miraculous different result. They know, I do this thing, I get this result, and yet they keep doing the same thing, wanting new results, and it will never happen. You look at the laziest person on the planet, they have some consistency about them, about how long they sleep, about video games they're playing, or whatever it may be that they're dedicating their time to. They have consistency in that. It's just not consistency in something that is going to actually bring about real results, the results that they want. It takes no effort to be consistent in things that don't do anything for you, things that just give you some comfort because you're aware of the results, you're aware of what they are. There's no potential for change, so you don't have to be anxious about that. You just keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. And some people like that. But the problem is you have to have some growth. If you're not growing, you're not maturing, your life is going down. And for most people, that's exactly what they're doing. Their life starts going up, 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 up as they grow up, get into adulthood, and then at some point it just starts stagnating. There's no more growth, and then it starts going downhill. And it's a landslide downhill from that point, sometimes generally in their 20s, mid-20s, a lot of times after college, because then that's when they have to go out and experience life on their own, live as adults. They don't have their parents to fall back on or to tell them what to do even. And so they get in these patterns, these ruts that they're consistent in, but they're not bringing them the results they want. For some, that's delayed a little bit. It may be in their early 30s when they start going down that hill. But very few ever recover from it. Now, if you're watching a video like this, you may be in that slide down the hill toward mediocrity, or already in mediocrity, going just even lower and lower and lower. But you recognize and want a difference. There's no one would be watching a video like this if they didn't want to improve. And that's one of the biggest things, is just even recognizing there's an issue and there's something I can improve. Because so many people are walking around completely oblivious to it. Everything's normal. I'm doing what my parents did or what I was told to do. I went to college and I'm having a family and living this mediocre life, and that's somehow what I'm supposed to do. My family, we never had anything more than this. And they have all these excuses in this mold that they feel like they've been pushed into. Meanwhile, it's just what they've accepted. They've chosen that for themselves. Maybe early on someone else chose that for them. Their family talked about it. No one in our family's ever graduated college. Or whatever the excuse was that they had for being mediocre, for not doing more, for not accomplishing more, not becoming millionaires, not becoming a billionaire, whatever it may be. Some rut that people get into, and very often it is following what they saw their parents or grandparents or whoever they looked up to as a child do. And unfortunately, generally those people were not millionaires and billionaires. They weren't successful. They weren't consistent in good, productive things. They were consistent in mediocrity, and that's what they taught those children to grow up into. But if you can even recognize that, recognize the pattern and the subconscious program that you have that you didn't choose, but you do choose whether you continue on in that or not. If you never make any changes, you never do anything different, you keep doing the same thing day in and day out, you've chosen that for yourself. You can't blame your parents, you can't blame your grandparents or your uncle or whoever you looked at and mimicked and copied and became like them, because you chose that. Yes, maybe they chose things. Maybe they said things. Maybe they influenced you in a negative way or towards mediocrity. But at some point as an adult, you choose each and every day when you wake up what you're going to do. If you keep going down the same path, you keep doing the same things you saw your parents or grandparents or whoever it was you were looking up to do, you can't blame them anymore. You have to grow up and take responsibility for who you are. Yes, you can acknowledge that my parents taught me this. This was not the right way to go. This was teaching me the wrong things. And they meant well. Even if they didn't mean well, it doesn't even matter what they meant, what their intentions were or not. The fact is, each and every day you wake up, you can choose to be a new person. You can choose to be different. You can choose to do things a completely different way, or you can be in the same rut that you've always been in, and you can't blame anyone else. Because regardless of what you were programmed with, regardless of what you were taught, how wrong it was, you make a choice each and every day how you're going to live. You start that new day going right back to the same old mediocrity of the past. That's your choice. No one else chose that for you. You chose that. So when you wake up tomorrow, are you having a consistent day of productivity, of success, of achievement, of getting the things you want to do done? This is one of the reasons I made the Success and Prosperity Journal and Planner. It's a combination journal and planner, is for people, and I use it myself, but it's for people to plan their day out, to take note of what they're actually doing each and every day, to write down what their long-term goals and dreams are, the things they want to get done today as well, and their accomplishments and what they're grateful for. Because when you do those things, you start planning your day and being consistent about it, you start getting the days that you were planning. And instead of just going and living based on some programming from the past, you now program your day. You create the day that you want to live. And you'll notice you get more done. You'll notice you're more focused and disciplined in what you need to do because you know, today I need to do this. Today I'm going to do this. And it's not just a to-do list, it's actually setting out to plan for that productive, blessed day that you want. The world looks around. They're always looking for somebody to blame. Blame their parents, blame their grandparents, blame their uncles, blame their brothers and sisters, blame the government, blame the world, blame the devil, blame God, blame whoever, blame angels. But the reality is you make a choice each and every day. You can choose and plan for the best day. And be consistent in that each and every day, and you'll start seeing a pattern that leads to your great success. Or you can just do what you do. Don't have any plan about it. Don't have any purpose. Don't have anything you're focused on intently. And you're going to get the mediocre results that everybody else gets. And that's not what you want. If that's what you want, you wouldn't watch this video. So my friend, I want to encourage you, get my journal and planner. It is very, very, very beneficial for you if you'll use it. You know, I had people tell me, well, you know, it didn't really work for me. And then you start talking to them, well, I only used it a couple days and I couldn't take it to work, and you know, I shouldn't have time. And of course not. Nothing's going to work for you that you don't actually consistently put into effect. Be like a person blaming their gym for them getting fat when they don't go to the gym and they keep eating to excess. And they want to blame the gym. Well, you know, it just didn't work for me. I went to the gym once and then 3 months later, here I am, I've gained 20 pounds. You have to put it into effect. You have to be consistent about the productive and successful life that you want. And that takes not just a choice on your part, but actions. And those actions are going to come to you more easily when you've planned your day and you're diligent about that each and every day. You'll start to get more consistent results toward success, prosperity, and happiness. My friend, I pray this is a blessing for you. May God bless you richly.